Ever wondered what's happening in Boulder that's more than just typical events? Today, the city is bursting with opportunities to be inspired, challenged, and genuinely moved. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these happenings will invite you to rethink what you know about everything from activism to education and even water rights. Curious? Keep reading, and you might find yourself arguing your own point in the comments. Happening today. Discover the magic and mystery of turtles at Sy Montgomery's The True and Lucky Life of a Turtle book signing. Starting at 5:30 p.m., Boulder Book Store, 1107 Pearl Street, opens its doors for a special talk and book signing with acclaimed author Sy Montgomery. She'll dive into the extraordinary stories that inspired her new book, offering insights for animal lovers and the simply curious alike. Yes, admission is free. So don't miss the chance to hear a celebrated naturalist reveal how a humble turtle can teach us about luck and perseverance. And this is the part most people miss. Animals often have wisdom we'd overlook in our fast-paced lives. Step into Boulder's rich past with the Colorado Chautauqua History Tour. Beginning at 10 a.m., join fellow history buffs at Academic Hall, 298 Morning Glory Road, for a guided stroll through one of Boulder's most beloved national historic landmarks. The tour showcases iconic spots like the Chautauqua Auditorium, Missions House Lodge, Community House, and charming cottages, all packed into a scenic quarter-mile walk. Registration is required to secure your spot. Not sure what makes Chautauqua pivotal? It's more than old buildings. It's a reflection of how Boulder fought to preserve culture and community. Is preserving history always worth it, even as cities grow and change? A powerful convening on HIV/AIDS in Boulder County takes place at the Museum of Boulder, 2205 Broadway, at 6 p.m. This panel discussion honors decades of activism and innovative HIV care, spotlighting stories from the crisis years of the 1980s to the community's response today. Explore how Boulder took urgent action, blending compassion with strategy, often ahead of national trends. From grassroots groups to modern programs, the discussion will tackle public health and the fight for LGBTQ+ rights, with perspectives that can spark debate. Did Boulder's bold moves do enough, or did they miss opportunities for even larger change? Attend for free or for a modest fee, and prepare for some honest, possibly controversial conversation. Coming up, mark your calendar. Tuesday brings a book event that might just change your view on education and compassion. Authors Ashley Potvin and William Penuel will be at Boulder Book Store at 6:30 p.m. to unveil Creating Compassionate Change in School Communities. Their book talk, inspired by the Renee Crown Wellness Institute at CU Boulder, isn't just for teachers. It's for anyone who believes learning should heal, not harm. Tickets are $5, worth every penny to dive deep into what's really needed to support our kids. Do schools focus enough on well-being, or are grades and test scores still crowding out empathy? Amanda Jaguar highlights a radical approach as she discusses Shakespeare and violence prevention at Trident Booksellers Cafe, Tuesday, 6:30 p.m., 940 Pearl Street. This isn't just literature. It's a guide for using Shakespeare's plays in classrooms as tools for violence prevention. Through performance exercises and real-world examples, Jaguar advocates for teaching empathy and building safer communities. Developed at CU Boulder, her interdisciplinary outreach offers evidence and practice you can use. Can Shakespeare really help curb youth violence, or is this wishful thinking? Sound off in the comments. CU Boulder's acclaimed Faculty Tuesdays concert series returns at 7:30 p.m. in Grusin Music Hall, Imig Music Building, 1020 18th Street. Associate Professor Harumi Rhodes, Takacs Quartet, and fellow musicians join students for an evening of violin duets, culminating in a chorus of strings. Expect a lively musical dialogue that's open to the public, free of charge. Music lovers shouldn't miss it. Wednesday's lineup keeps the energy high. At 6:30 p.m. at Boulder Book Store, Bruce Holsinger will introduce and sign copies of his new book, Culpability, for just $5. Engage with a provocative narrative that promises to stir discussion and maybe even controversy. Does the concept of culpability get too much attention or not enough? A. Folk legend Ani DeFranco brings her genre-defying music and feminist message to the Chautauqua Auditorium at 7 p.m. Tickets are $70.33, but DeFranco's reputation as a boundary-pushing pioneer suggests the experience will be priceless. After 35 years, she still challenges political and social norms. Has DeFranco's activism aged well in today's landscape, or do you disagree? The American Southwest screens at Dairy Arts Center, 7 p.m. 2590 Walnut Street, showcasing the Colorado River's journey through vibrant wildlife and ecological tension. Narrated by indigenous climate activist Quanah Chasing Horse, the film pushes for urgent change in managing our treasured water resources. Is the controversy over dams and water usage just beginning? Expect stunning beavers, elk, and condors, but also sharp arguments about conservation. Are we doing enough to protect our environment, or does industry still have the upper hand? We'd love to hear your perspective. Editor's reminder, please note, all event times and details are subject to change. Stay tuned for updates. Which of these events sparks your interest or your outrage? Did any of these topics challenge your beliefs, or do you think Boulder's got it all figured out? Drop your thoughts, reactions, and counterpoints in the comments below. Let's get the conversation rolling.